Welcome to the Electoral Commission of Queensland's webinar about real-time disclosures for registered political parties. This webinar has information about real-time disclosures for registered political parties in the upcoming 2024 local government election in Queensland, and will cover what is real-time disclosure, what amounts of electoral expenditure and gifts and loans must be disclosed, when you should disclose your expenditure and gifts or loans, how expenditure and gifts or loans are disclosed, a registered political party's obligations to the ecq and important compliance information, and where registered political parties can get more information or assistance from the ecq if needed. Anyone who is contesting the local government election as a candidate must understand the real-time disclosure obligations. What is real-time disclosure? Electoral expenditure and gifts must be disclosed throughout the campaign. Generally, this disclosure must be made within 7 business days, and disclosures are made by lodging returns with the ecq through the electronic disclosure system. Real-time disclosure is one way the integrity and transparency of campaign funding is ensured. What electoral expenditure must be disclosed? When a registered political party incurs electoral expenditure of $500 or more, the expenditure must be disclosed. Electoral expenditure is cumulative. Once the $500 threshold is reached, all previous and future expenditure must be disclosed. What about electoral expenditure in different councils? The $500 threshold is per council. If a registered political party incurs electoral expenditure in multiple councils, records and disclosures must keep track of electoral expenditure for each council separately. If a registered political party has endorsed candidates in multiple local government areas and communicates via electoral expenditure to all electors in those LGAs, the electoral expenditure is taken to be incurred by the registered political party in each local government area. If the electoral expenditure is communicated mainly to electors in one local government area, the expenditure is taken to be incurred in that LGA. What gifts and loans must be disclosed? All gifts to registered political parties must be disclosed as per the Electoral Act 1992. What gifts and loans must donors disclose? Donors who give registered political parties gifts for local government elections must disclose their gifts of $500 or more, which is cumulative. There are no additional disclosure requirements for gifts or loans received by registered political parties under the Local Government Electoral Act of 2011. Registered political parties need to continue disclosing gifts or loans of $1,000 or more in accordance with the Electoral Act 1992. Because of the differing disclosure requirements for registered political parties and the donors during local government elections, there may be unmatched disclosures in the EDS. These will show up as no corresponding return required. Is there a time frame for real-time disclosure? Real-time disclosure must occur within 7 business days of receiving the gift or loan or incurring electoral expenditure. If the expense is incurred within 7 business days of election day, the return must be lodged within 24 hours. The Local Government Electoral Act does not regulate the receipt of gifts or loans for political parties. However, the regulations in the Electoral Act continue to apply. The timeframes for real-time disclosure depend upon when in the campaign period you receive the gift or loan or incur expenditure. Usually, you will need to lodge your return disclosing gifts or expenditure within 7 business days. Once you lodge your return through the EDS, it will be visible to the public. How are gifts, loans, and expenditures disclosed? All real-time disclosure can be done via the Electronic Disclosure System, or the EDS, found at disclosures.ecq.qld.gov.au. The party's agent is responsible for completing these disclosures. Disclosures can all be completed online in the EDS, and there are various user guides that can assist you with how to disclose via the EDS. Election summary returns. After the election, each registered political party needs to lodge an election summary return in the EDS. The election summary return includes all expenditure incurred, a bank statement for the party's dedicated campaign bank account, and an audit certificate. All election summary returns must be lodged with the ecq within 15 weeks of election days. For more details, view the webinar Election Summary Returns. You can find more information at ecq's website, the Local Government Electoral Act 2011 and the Electoral Act 1992, and the Funding, Disclosure and Compliance team is on hand to assist you. It is important to remember that the ecq provides general advice only. Should you be in any doubt regarding your obligations, please seek independent legal advice. Thank you for listening.